Alright, welcome back again. So Igbo Forest. So please, if this is your first time of coming across my video, watching my video, I want you to do me a favor, like and subscribe, drop your comments. So without wasting much of our time again, here on USDJPY again. So I want to quickly share what I'm currently looking at. So before we dive straight to this video, please, if this is your first time of watching my video, as I've said earlier, I want you to at least watch the previous video on USDJPY. So this will be more of like continuation of my previous analysis. So what I want to look at now is our current bias. So first of all, what we want to do in the market is to first of all figure out our direction. So how do we figure out our direction? How do I carry out my analysis on directional bias? So I want to come to the higher time frame to be able to pinpoint the exact direction the strength of the market is really building to. So if here on the weekly time frame, I will kick off the analysis from the weekly time frame. So if you're looking at the weekly time frame closely, you can see that I have few markup already. So as we scale down gradually to lower time frame, you see the essence why I drop those markup there. And without in order not to waste much of our time, I will leave the analysis like that. So if you are looking at the structure from the weekly time frame, you can see that based on the structure, you can see that the market is still bullish. Market is pushing to the upside. We're trending to the upside. So now the next thing we want to do here is once you're able to figure out that the market is trending to the downside, I want to gradually scale down to the lower time frame to be able to see if the lower time frame from the daily to the 4 hour, if they are aligning with the overall directional bias, which the weekly standard is bullish. So what you can see here previously, I dropped an analysis on this massive drop on the market. And once we had a bullish push here, we had a bit of consolidation. You can see the weak recession within the consolidation. You can see figure that I was able to tell that there's still strength in the bullish side. So before we had this massive drop in price. So once we had a massive drop in price, what we want to first of all do here is as long as the market has not shifted in structure to the downside, you can still tell that it's still within the bullish range. So you can see tell that the market is still as bullish momentum to the upside. But once we had a massive in whatever market, once you have a massive drop in the market like this, such a bearish move, you can tell that sellers step into the market. So in such situation that we had a selling momentum, we cannot just dive into the market and look for opportunity to buy. What we'll do here, we'll wait for a clear confirmation if the market is going to push to the upside or not. What I'm trying to say in essence is once we have a massive drop like this in the market, we wait for a significant correction in price before we can look for opportunity to buy. So if you closely observe, if you are reading candlestick pattern, or if you closely observing the price action from the weekly time frame here, is you can see more like a doji candle, a weekly doji candle here. So which is the price action is not clear here, but we had after this massive drop, we have a doji candle and we have this progressing bullish candle to the upside. This is more like giving us a signal that buyers are stepping into the market. But how do we really confirm? Does this give us a clear confirmation that the buyers are already gaining the momentum in the market, or the buyers are taking over? So for us to figure out that, we are going to gradually scale down to the lower time frame to closely confirm if this market is the buyers are currently gaining momentum in the market. So let's go to the daily time frame. Hold on. So I will not waste much time on this video because it's more like a continuation video. Most of the analysis has already been done. So what we can see here is I have my previous video, I dropped this analysis. We have key major level of demand. So after this aggressive push to the downside, we have this major level of demand. So I was still anticipating that once price, the first level was this level. So once price dropped to this level, was we are adding a bit of consolidation here. I said before we can say, okay, we want to buy in this market, we need to see a significant correction in the market. So I think I not shared my trade here, but I took loss here, and I will share with you why the loss. I place a trade and I lose the trade, and I will share with you why I lose the trade. So before we go into that, I will still be thinking what I'm currently looking at in the market, what exactly is happening, and what we should be doing in the market. So currently what I'm seeing here is let me just explain this massive drop. So once we had this massive drop, so what do we anticipate for? So we had a shift in market structure, but I think what the previous viewers understand better, but once we had this drop here, we dropped a level of demand. So I explain why we are not expected to sell here. We should be looking for either opportunity to buy if we have a significant correction here. So which I place trade and I lose the trade. I'll still share with you why. Now, what are we having now currently? What we have, we have this bit of upward push, bullish push to the upside, bullish push, and we have this massive drop. Now currently, now what is it doing? Now once this drop, we have this massive drop, which more like sweep of liquidity here, which price drop here, sweep price drop to this level of demand before we have this recession from price. So what you can see that price is still gaining bullish momentum to the upside. You can see a sequence of bullish candle to the upside. So this is more like we have a low here, we have first low, this is more like a sweep, and we have more like double bottom here, but this we have a wick, a drop below. So what we can see here, you can see that the market is gaining bullish momentum to the other side, which is it's more like looking like a double bottom, but we have not really break the neckline to confirm if this is a double bottom. But what we can see here, the market is gaining bullish push to the upside. So let me quickly share with you as we scale down, see keeping the analysis. I'll still share with you why I lost a trade here. So let's go to the 4-hour. So I believe, hold on. So what really happened previously? So as I've said earlier, but this is our, I think you can closely see. So this was our previous level of demand. So what I saw after this massive drop in price, we dropped to this level here. So we had this bit of consolidation. So this was my entry line. I said as long as price stay below this level, you can see that we have a drop here, we had a rejection, a bullish push to the upside. Price dropped back again to the major level of demand. We had a bullish push. This is a rejection. This is a signal that buyers are stepping in. But as long as you are still within above this level, we are not going to do anything. We had this, after that we had a bullish push, we had this drop again. Now we have this push. Now this is all this rejection. This is a signal that buyers are stepping into the market. So what I was looking at for is as long as if price break above this level, I'm going to look for opportunity to buy. So unfortunately, price broke above this neckline, which is this is more like giving us more like a double bottom W pattern. So we have with a rejection candle. So I was like, okay, since we had a break above, this is a clear signal. This is a clear signal that the market is going for a bullish push. Once we break above this, I confirmed, okay, this is, and we are the last one, we have this rejection, like this is a signal that the market is going for a bullish push. So what I did was I went for an entry here, which I placed my pending order at this neckline. So I was expecting once we had this break due to this fair value gap and everything, I was still expecting price to at least retrace, tap into my level before aggressive push to the upside or a push to the upside. But unfortunately, we had this massive drop, which I can't really tell if it's news because I know where to go and do research again. But we have this massive drop in price, which stopped me at somewhere around here. So now currently, what are we looking at here on the 4-hour time frame here? Now the market has already kicked in again. So after this massive drop, we had a correction here, we had a push, we had a bit of consolidation before we break out. Now once we break out here, this is an aggressive push. We came back again, retest this level of demand again. We had a push again. After the retest, we had a retest here, and we're having this bullish. So what I'm currently looking at is here, I'm expecting the price to make, I'm not going to jump into the trade, wait for the price to at least push further to whatever extent and expect the price to retrace to this level of demand. So I'm looking to make an entry around this level. So this is what I'm looking at for currently in the market. So we should be expecting more of buying here at this level. So this is what I'm currently looking at. So at least your stop loss depend on your risk management appetite. So this way I'm looking at for. So let me quickly share with you this trade, so you can extend it to, based on my own style of trade. I'm more a swing trader, so you can extend to whatever level you want, but at least you can just sit here. But I want most focus, my focus is the entry, so I should be expecting more buy here. So after this video I think I'll place in buy. So let's just get down to the 3 hour to see if there's something that we are missing at. So at least somewhere around here, let's see, 2 hour. Okay, I still leave it zone here. So I said let me quickly share this with you, and let's see how it goes. Thank you very much, and peace out.